Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to another live stream. Oh, let's see. Last week we left off with Krampus. This week, I was thinking about doing the code and all that, all the rest of the stuff for him, but I think I'm just gonna leave him as he is and render him out. Hey, what's up, me? How's it going? So, go to Facebook. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, Kev? Just got to do my typical sharing. There we go. Because Facebook doesn't automatically share. You have to do it manually after you start streaming. So all right. Boom. Okay. So welcome everybody. All right. So today, I don't know if you guys remember that sheet of Josh Black drawings that I'm just kind of working through them. I love them all. So I don't think I'm going to sculpt them all, but I'm going to sculpt most of them. And I'm going to sculpt another one today. But I'm going to kind of, I like the mystery of leaving the concept off the screen. So I'm just going to go for it. And yeah, so hopefully it turns out okay. All right. Get my concept up so I can see it. Okay. I always start with a sphere like this, and this, the head shape of this is really interesting. So it's not going to be my typical block out. Hey, what's up, Shas? How you doing? Hey, Daniel. Hey, everybody. Okay, so let's do. Hey, Neil, how's it going? Thank you. Okay, yeah, this one is really interesting. I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but we're going to do our best. Hey, Steven, it's going good, relatively speaking. I live in Utah, as a lot of you know, and there's something here that happens here mostly in the winter time that's called inversion, because I live in a valley. So between two mountain ranges in a valley, and everything just kind of gets stuck in that valley and creates smog and a whole bunch of just gross air. The air quality. It's kind of like I don't know. It kind of reminds me of Hong Kong, where all the industry is. Even though there's not that much industry here, it reminds me of that a bit. Gotta be careful about making this looks like something it's not. Okay. Let me turn this Z intensity down on this brush. Yeah, just the connection from the head to the neck is really interesting. Very square. Yeah, I'm changing it up. I'm changing my my stream up. I'm not showing the Yep. Thanks. Yeah, it's Josh Black is the concept artist, but I'm liking the mystery of leaving it off screen. It also helps, like, with the hey, it doesn't look like the concept comments. You know, because it will eventually, hopefully, that's the goal, but it doesn't always look like it right in the beginning. And it helps people refrain from. I mean, I don't mind those comments, but unless it's like right when I barely first started. That's when I'm like, yeah, it'll get there. I mean, I appreciate the feedback, but you know what I'm saying. Hey, Sina, I'm not sure how you say that. Hey, what's up, Alex? Listening to a bit of synthwave today. And I can't play it for you guys because then my stream will get canceled because it's copyrighted music. But if you guys have ever listened to the Midnight, that's what it is. It's the Midnight Radio. Yeah, this will be interesting for sure. I might bring in the concept later on when I'm trying to match things up closer. Oops. Hey Andrew, I'm making another head. I just have the concept off screen, so it's a mystery. I'm probably gonna be explaining that over and over again. I should put a little note on my screen. The concept. What's the name of what brush, David? This is my insert multi-mesh. It's just a whole bunch of primitives right here. So there's 4 different subdivision levels of spheres, and then there's a couple cubes, one that's been divided and one that's not, and then there's a cylinder that is made of all quads instead of poles, and then there's this appendage brush that's just an elongated sphere, so with some extra geometry in it. So hey, what's up, Spicer? How you doing, man? All right. How are your streams going, sir? I was thinking about doing a green screen setup like you have, Spicer, but I don't know yet. Oh, it's too fast. Too fast. Spider. Is that autocorrect for Spicer? Spider is here. Oh yes, and thank you, Neil. And you can grab these brushes from my website, 3dcharacterworkshop.com. Shameless plug. Yep, Spicer is another streamer on here. Hey Spicer, when do you stream? What's your stream time so people know? Spicer's another live streamer on Pixologic's Twitch channel here. All right. Right? This chin. Oh goodness. All right. I love funny shaped characters. Oh, Thursdays and Fridays. So you go Thursday one week, Friday another, or do you do Thursday and Friday during the same week, like streaming twice a week, or just alternating days? Is it going to get uploaded? Yes. It gets uploaded to Pixologic's YouTube channel. So it won't be on my personal YouTube channel. It'll be on Pixologic's. Which, if you want to find where all of the past streams are, you can just do a Google search. Oh, I see, Spicer. Cool. Just do a search for ZBrush Live. Not liver, live. ZBrush liver. You probably sculpt a liver in ZBrush. And then you click on this pixologic.com/ZBrush live link right here. Yep, Neil just posted it there. And then you can actually watch the stream, just this stream right now. It's going on right here. You can see us. Hello. So you can go to either calendar or presenters. If you're looking for past streams, you can go to presenters and you can find all of the presenters right here. Here's myself, here's Ashley, Thomas, keeps going down. Yeah, here's all the streamers, and they all do various different things inside of ZBrush. So some realistic, some stylized, some jewelry, some, it's all over the place. So yeah, lots of really awesome streamers in here. So you can see there's tons. Anyway, so if you click on one of these, like this past broadcast and schedule, right here, you can see a few examples of my art, and here's the past two that I did. Spicer, I love your, dude, I love your Krampus, how it turned out. And I love Steven's too, it turned out really well. So anyway, you can see some past sculpts right here, or past sessions, live sessions. All right. Would love to see a streamer competition. Well, a lot of us competed in the ZBrush Live Sculpt Off this year, so it wasn't streamer only; it was everybody. But yeah, it was. Most of us were in there. In fact, one of the streamers won, I believe. Not won, but came, placed. Ashley. Hers was awesome. Yeah, seriously fun to sculpt. Let's see. Did I miss anything? All right. All right, with this one, I think I'm going to add some nostrils. Just for funsies. Why not? Done. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, Doug, this is a self-portrait. I have done a self-portrait in the past, but nope. Excuse me. Like the fireman, just a bunch of bearded hat-wearing men. Oh, nice. That would be something that would be scary. I'd do the George Costanza pose. Know which one I'm talking about? On the couch. Sexy. That's what that is. Oh, Mike? You talking about Mike Thompson? I think that's who you're talking about. Nice, HD. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Is this 2021.5? Yes. Well, no, it's 2021.1 .1.2.5, I think. I don't know. It's one of those. Hey, Sean. Yeah, you know, sometimes sometimes I'll block stuff out using using more shapes like that, and sometimes I'll just sculpt it in. It depends on what the goal is, what I'm trying to do. Ryan, when you're doing the Disney Infinity characters, were you responsible for their bases as well? Yes. And the playsets, like the little playset pieces, the little clear. Yeah, I did the Lone Ranger one. Oh yeah, Tom, that you're talking about 21. Okay, yeah, that one's not out yet. They just announced it, but it's not out yet. And yeah, it does have the thick skin thing, which looks awesome. I can't wait to play with it. I'm actually interested in the screen space ambient occlusion too. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. That's better. Giant eyeballs. Wednesday the 9th. Okay, so a couple days. Thanks for that info. Hey Alex, I'm doing well, thanks. Also, Ryan, we did all those bases in ZBrush as well. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna split. This neck looks like a collar. It's kind of funny. I'm gonna probably blend those together pretty soon. Along with that nose. So one thing that is a thought is you don't have to combine all the pieces all at the same time. You can kind of combine them as you go. It doesn't really matter when you do it. Because the idea is just to get you there, right? Whatever it takes to get you to where you need to be. That's what you need to do. Okay, now I saw Paul DC doing something cool with the eyelids that I wanted to try. And that is doing the topology brush and just drawing them on here. Let me do the as a single-sided mesh. And when you change your draw size to 1 and tap on the surface, it's just going to make a single-sided thing. And then I can split that off. Okay. All right, cool. Thanks, HD. Take care. Hey, Donald, it's going good. Thanks. Okay, so see, now that I have this made, I can just kind of scoot these points around. Show people how to turn off their phones while they sculpt so they don't get constantly distracted. Yeah. um, Tom, you can. I mean, it's possible. I wouldn't recommend doing a full character with it, but it's possible. Okay. Well, you know, Sean, I've been doing eyelids by kind of duplicating the sphere and then shaping that, but it's kind of unruly, you know, it kind of gets crazy. Just saw that it would be Wednesday when the release of the new update would be coming. Thank you, but I was wondering if anyone knows a great channel to watch for sculpting eyes and irises. It just depends on who's making eyes for their character at the time. I don't know if there's like a specific channel for that. What I would go to YouTube and search for that. Okay, because that would give you specifics. But this way is pretty clean because you can keep it non-destructive. So this is just a plane. I mean, it's several faces, but it's just a single-sided surface. And then if you add a dynamic subdivision to it, then you can add thickness. So if I go to dynamic subdiv and I rack up the thickness slider, it will add thickness like this. Yeah, so Alex, that's the way I would usually do it, is taking a sphere and just clipping it off for the eyelid. But I saw Paul DC, he's another streamer on here. He just did it this way with his turkey, and I liked it, so I was going to try it. I'm going to do uncrease all, and then hit this post subdiv. And then just, so it's more, it's like softer. And then, then I can edit that, kind of push this into the head a little bit more, pull this out. I don't know why I'm using my mouse to do that. Sometimes I just do it without thinking about it. Yeah, see, this is way more controllable. I like it. Thanks, Paul DC. I know ideally you need to be good at both, but is it easier to find work if you're good at stylized style or realistic style? I have a strong opinion about that. I really don't do realism. That's just not my thing. And I've been employed for the last 22 years. So I would argue against having to do realism. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. It depends. I want to say follow your heart, right? If your heart is into realism, then do realism. There are people that like to do both, and you can do both. There's work in both. I don't think there's more work in one or the other. Well, I take that back. There's probably more work in realistic because there's just more games that are realistic, but there's plenty of stylized games as well. So it's completely up to you. And what you enjoy doing. Yeah, it does. The half sphere, you always end up like just squishing it beyond what it was in the first place. So you might as well just rebuild it or build it from scratch the first time. Love watching your channel. Too, I'm learning a lot. I really like this technique for the eyelids. Yeah, me too. I like it. While sculpting, do you proceed having a final shape in mind, or you're creating and adapting the shape step by step? So, Andrea, I have a concept off screen. I'm looking at a concept for reference. The concept is made by a really good friend of mine, Josh Black, and I sculpt a lot of his drawings. And so I'm looking at that, and I'm just building it piece by piece, just the block out. So I'm getting the big shapes in place. That's kind of the goal. Okay. No, I would eventually retopologize this to make the eyelids work for animation. When I'm sculpting for the channel, for the Pixologic channel, I'm only doing high resolution sculpts. I'm not taking any of these to animation. I haven't taken any of them to animation. I've 3D printed several, as you can see back here. So I made this mouse during my live stream, and I made this pirate girl, and I made this cowboy right here. This is a Disney Infinity Hulk, so I didn't do that. But yeah, these 3 I did during the live stream. You can go watch those back if you want. Larger projects. How do you usually do retopology? I hate doing it, and I want to simplify the process. It's a pain. It's just something you have to do if you're wanting to take your character to be animated or deformed in any way. It's just part of the painful process. Same with UVs. Nobody likes to do UVs either. So you can't. Yeah, you shouldn't use ZRemesher for retopology. Everybody asks that. Can I use ZRemesher? No, you can't. Because it just didn't, it just doesn't work. And your rigging department will come after you with a sharp stick if you use it. So, looking at your active and total points, I see that you're keeping them both pretty low while blocking. Yeah, the answer to that, Chris, is I don't care about the points at all. Like, I am keeping it very, very low, but so when I used to model with like traditional modeling, like box modeling in say Maya or something like that, I would completely be paying attention to how many polygons I have. But inside of ZBrush, I completely ignore it 100% until I'm done, and then I'll retopologize and do everything else. So, okay. Yeah, so my reference is off screen. I want to keep it a mystery today. Mustafa, I'm following your work for many years. I'm myself a 3D artist. I wanted to ask you, when do you stop working on a model, or when do you feel you reach the end point? Well, if I'm doing it for an actual job, I stop when the client says I'm done. And if it's personal for myself, then I don't know. I stop when I get tired of it, or when I feel like it's done. You know, just an internal feeling. Glenn Southern is a good friend of mine. He just uses standard brush for sculpting eyelids. Yeah, there's like 5,000 ways to sculpt eyelids, and yeah, just try different ways. Try what you like. What program do I use? Well, there are several out there that I've dabbled with. And since this is Pixologic's live stream, and you know it's all about ZBrush, I don't really like to talk about other programs, but I enjoy quad draw inside of Maya quite a bit. So there's an answer for you. All right. It's very good practice, Chris, if you're going to take it to animation. Anyway, somebody asked about the printer that I use. I use a Form 2. So I have a Form 2. The only one that was printed on a Form 3 is the mouse, and that was printed by Jake at Form Labs. He printed that. He actually printed this pirate for me and the dinosaur for me too. But those were both on Form 2s, and this one was on a Form 3. Okay. With the reference missing, you find myself paying more attention to how you're working instead of second guessing. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So, sorry. Let me. Yes. Yeah. You need to ventilate it, or get an air purifier, or keep it out of this. Yeah, outside in a well ventilated area. Okay. I'm gonna. Let's see. Save this. Don't say anything, Neil. Oh gosh. Should put this off my screen so you guys can't see what I'm doing. All right, Josh. All right. Alex, that is a very, very big question. And a bigger question than I can answer during this live stream, but I can kind of give you a high level answer to that question. And what I do is, and hopefully you're familiar enough with ZBrush that you can do this, is I will take a cube, like a big giant cube, into a separate subtool, and I'll turn it to subtract, and I will put it above the character, and then I'll turn on live Boolean, and then I'll drag that box slowly through my character as if it's being sliced. And then you can actually see the holes and the pockets and all that kind of stuff in there. So that's, hopefully that helps you. Okay, let's see. I'm going to merge a few of these together here. Trying to decide. I'm gonna separate these ears out, I think. Oops. These are all in one. Okay. I'm not ready to combine the ears yet, so I'm splitting. You can do a split hidden on those. Okay, and then let's apply this. I think I'm going to tessimate this. Yeah, that's pretty good, I think. Yeah. Yeah, shush, Neil. Okay, let's see. Let me stitch this together. Remesh by union. And hit accept. Now they're all stitched together. I'll do one more mirror and weld. And then continue. Now I can use Sculptress Pro. I've been sculpting for many years. I also want to know, how do I get to learn about 3D printing, what material to use for printing, etc. So, well, not to pitch my course, but I have a whole section in my course. It's all about 3D printing. And I also answer students' questions during my Q&A every week. But other than that, I would say resin-based printers are best, in my opinion. I like them the best. There's extrusion printers that are the next best thing. Hey, Chris. I've been sculpting for about 35 minutes. Not too much. I think I'm just gonna extrude this in, polygroup all. a couple times. That should be good enough, I would think. Yeah, and as far as like printers and materials, they're like, if you're going for a budget one, there's trying to remember what the heck that one's called. You guys can help me out. That cheap resin printer. I have one, but I haven't used it yet. It's just sitting over there. Okay, let me I want to say is an Albion. Oh, what is it? Anycube. Yep, thanks. Yep, I have an Anycube. Yep. No, Anycube Photon is what I got. Yeah, it's not filament. Extrude is not a plugin. It is part of the Z Modeler. So Z Modeler brush. You can actually go BZ, and it's right here. BZ1 is the shortcut for it. And that kind of helps you do box modeling inside of ZBrush. Okay, so let's get turn adaptive size off and roll this down to 0.0. We try this. No. Oh, there we go. That's better. All right. So if you do use Tessimate on your surface, you can see this number 0.08. And if you have Sculptris Pro turned on, you can see 0.06. These numbers are very close. They're kind of associated with each other. So, oh, BZM. So I don't ever use the hotkey because it's right down here in my user interface. But yeah, that I've seen some prints come off of that and they look really nice. So, but I found a good deal on a Form 2. So I bought that one. So the Mastish, this is Pixologic's live stream channel. So this is all about ZBrush. I mean, somebody might have an answer for you, but take this down a little bit more. Would you recommend for rigging or mocap if you sculpt? I just rig in like Maya or something like that. Okay, let's close this up. Looks pretty funny. Valley of the Suck. Sorry, I'm just focusing for a second here. Would I suggest rigging with Z-spheres and ZBrush first? No. No, that's kind of a temporary, it's kind of a help with posing if you're doing something, kind of a rig. It's got its limitations, so. The eyes are really closed. Hey there, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Yep, I'm working on a bust of the character. I'm trying to anyway, seeing how it's going. This is a tricky one because it's such a chunky chunker. Super interesting though. This is an interesting character to make. That's why I wanted to do it. It's quite challenging. In fact, I want to scale this up a little bit. Hey, what's up, Ash? Ashley in his house. What am I making today? I'm doing I've been keeping the concept off on the second screen for the mystery of it, you know? And I've been enjoying doing that. So yeah, it's kind of Peter Griffin chin a little bit. But it's just another bust made by my good friend Josh Black. Oh, thanks, Ebony. Appreciate it. So this is just another bust, you know. I've been enjoying doing busts. Things that I can accomplish in 1 or 2 live stream sessions. And do you use Dyna? What is it? I want to say Sculptris Pro much, Ash? Do you still use Dynamesh for all your stuff? Just curious. I've been using Sculptris Pro more and more and enjoying it. Because it makes it so I don't run out of geometry, you know? But the reason why I ask is because I typically hit the floor often. So it's by Joshua Black. So Neil has been posting links on here to go check out his art. I worked with him at Disney. Use Sculptris Pro to fix all my Dynamesh sins and for things like fingers and toes. Okay, yeah. fair enough. So basically, if I start with a certain scale, I always turn off adaptive size because I don't like the divisions to be tied to my brush size. I like it to be tied to the world size, but the basement on the world size is, this is as small as I can take the triangles. So what I have to do usually is scale my character up a lot to get smaller triangles. So I wish the basement was lower. It's a weird way of saying it, but I'm gonna scale this up about like this. Okay. Now if I use it, see, I get much smaller triangles. Thanks, Neil. I have a technical question. How do you sell fan arts? I mean, you need permission, or how? Because I see a lot of artists do that. Yeah, it's illegal. So just so you know, Vec, it's illegal to sell art that's licensed or owned by someone else, even if it's a fan art. Like if you're going to do a fan art of, say, like My Hero Academia, you need to purchase a license from the licensor to be legit, right? So all the people that you see that are doing it, they're doing it illegally, just so you know. That's my opinion, or that's my thoughts on it. Constantly scaling your sculpt to work at different so yeah, I just kind of wish yeah, felons everywhere. I mean, it's usually so low key that you know, the big companies don't care and they don't go after those people. You know, and then other people get away with it by merging two things together to create a fan art, like cats in the Avengers. You know, it's like Cat Avengers. Now it's my brand new thing. You know, it's really not. So anyway, I wish I had a better answer. Okay, because I just wanted more resolution in these lips. There's not enough. They're too chunky, so that's better. Chunky lips. Yeah, you see that at like Comic Cons all the time. People merging two things together, and now it's new art. Right, Ashley. Yep. That's super true. Yep, chunky lips and chunky hair. Except for these lips aren't near big enough. You got to make them way bigger. Can't afford a lawyer to deal with that. Yep. So usually people just do it despite it being illegal, and then hope they don't get caught. That's pretty much what's going on. Whenever you see somebody doing it, that's more often than not, that's what's going on. So they're just like, well, I hope I don't get caught. A friend of mine got caught and was told to stop. I don't know if he got sued or not, but his stuff went, he was selling them quite a lot at Comic Cons, and he got cease and desist. That's true. Yeah, if it's on the internet, I can just borrow it and do it, right? Yeah, even Disney, being Disney and owning all the things, they still had to go through their own proper channels to make sure all the licensing was handled properly and taken care of and people were paid and all that stuff. It's a big deal. How does licensing even work with commission? Like if somebody asked me to draw licensed properties, is it technically illegal? It is. It's illegal. I mean, if you're only drawing one thing, it's not like the company that owns that thing is going to go, oh, give us money, you know. It's, you just have to be cautious and I don't know what I'm trying to say. Careful. Let's say careful. Because you'll see, so fan art is one thing because you're not selling it. If you're using it to promote your skills on ArtStation, that is considered fan art, right? But if you're making art to be sold, that is no longer fan art. That is a business. And if you're making money off of somebody else's license, somebody else's character, somebody else's time and effort and money that they've spent putting into developing that character, like think about it. If you made a character and somebody came and made their version of your character and then started making money from it, you'd be like, hey, wait a minute. Yeah, Ebony, that's true. Unless it's public domain, you know, then you can just make sure it's in the public, and then you look at fair use. There's also parody is what it's called, like caricature. Caricature is considered parody, and that's another way to go. You know, like when you're making fun of something with your art. That's something else. CBR, Yan, shush. Yes. Good job. Good job sleuthing that out. Yep, exactly. McBobby's. Yep, that's parody. So there's no international copyright law. Each country has its own copyright law, and suing someone in another country for copyright infringement is difficult. It's difficult but possible, depending on who the company is and how deep their pockets are. Is parody and caricature of celebrities illegal? It's right on that fringe. It's right in that gray area. Gallery art, it does if you're selling it. Yes. If you're displaying it for no profit whatsoever, that's different. But you still should you should credit the original author of the original thing, even if it is fan art. You should never do your version of a thing that somebody else did and then claim it as yours with no input from someone else. Like I keep saying, this is a concept from Josh Black. This is not my original concept. It's not my design. I'm just sculpting it. Or I'm trying to. Anyway. Yeah, I had a copyright class in college. And it was quite eye-opening. But good information. Yeah, that's true as well. And there's also like something to be said about bootlegs and, you know, in music and things like that. Because then there's pirating and all sorts of stuff, but a business taxes class, it would have been real helpful. I got to pay out my booty for business lawyer consults. Yeah, me too. Me too. It's not very fun, I'll tell you that. I had to get me a lawyer, business lawyer, writing up contracts. It's not very fun, but it's needed, necessary. How long does it take to get a license? I've never personally gotten a license myself. But I guess it depends on how large the company is from which you are getting said license from. If it's just like an artist, like a single artist, you could probably work something out in like a day or two. But if it's like Disney, it's going to be a while. And a lot of money. Okay. The Napster days. Yeah, Napster was the beginning of the end. You just get into gross water if you're not disclosing it's fan art up front, and people can assume it's official. Overall, companies like to protect their brand. Yep. Go look at Nintendo. Yep. But if you're explicit about it being fan art, it's not like you're selling it, you're fine. So, and then it's even crazier when you start you know putting your stuff on, say, Pinterest or YouTube or things like that. Like the other on a stream not too long ago, I was sculpting a character from Tarzan, the dad from Tarzan, and I had the reference picture as reference sitting on my screen, and it got flagged, and my stream got pulled. So it's like, you know, some robot, some Disney robot out there is just like, oh, you're displaying our art for longer than so many seconds. Yeah, it totally got pulled. So you be careful. They're out there and they are protecting their stuff. Really digging your 3D character workshop. Thank you. So cool you're streaming. Yep, every single week. I have a question about when you start creating your forms and matching a concept. If the concept is drawn in gesture, is it good to practice to create the forms in a more natural form and then go to gesture? So like go to gesture during the polish pass, or is it better to strive for gesture earlier than? So it's a really good question, and what I typically try and do is I will keep it as close to the neutral pose as possible for as long as possible, but sometimes you can't really capture the character in the neutral pose. So I'll start to insert a little bit of expression or gesture, as I'm going. And then, but for animation, you need to have the character in a neutral pose. So sometimes I will take the character to pose, to gesture after it's all done, and then get it approved that way, and then take all those changes that I learned and put them back into the neutral pose, and then rig that one up. So, and I do talk about that in the course, but yeah, that's a good question. Okay. Your lips still need to be bigger. Bigger. And I'll work on these eyes in a minute. I think the eyes are her most important feature. Okay. But she looks like, I don't know, kind of bald, weird bald head. So let's fix that. All right. split. Shazam for images? I don't even know what that is. Is that like greetings from Iraq? Hello, welcome to the stream. Okay, let's turn. So Chris, again, I have to say, it's based on whether you are selling the artwork and making a profit off of it, or whether you're just kind of displaying their, they're trying to protect their property the best they can. So if you're doing stuff to it that they don't approve of, then yeah, they're going to have a problem with it. But in the case of like YouTube, they can't keep track of what people are doing with their licenses, right? So, oh, that music identifier, I see. So so they just, it's safer for them just to do a big blanket protection thing. What if I ask you to sculpt me a dog and I pay, but then I want to sell the dog because I want it? It's still illegal even if I paid for the commission, unless you write up a contract that specifically says that you have exclusive rights to the thing no matter what you want to do with it. So there's also, it's not just you pay for the character once and that's your character forever. You have to call out exactly what you want to use it for. And then when you use it for that thing, if you decide to use it for something else, this looks like she's wearing a beret. If you decide to use it for something else, then you have to contact the original owner of the piece and say, okay, I would like to use this now for this thing. And they will work up a new contract and a new license fee, and you will have to pay for that, unless you get exclusive all access rights to the thing. And also, one more thing that I learned in copyright class is you don't have to get the thing copyrighted. Once you create the thing, it's your thing, if it's original. You don't have to go to the copyright office and say, this is my thing, copyright it. You do with trademarks. Trademarks are different, like Coca-Cola or Pepsi. That's a trademark. Am I decimating or tessimating as I'm sculpting? I just have Sculptress Pro turned on. Yeah, kind of it's a female that's kind of mannish with masculine features, I guess. So I'm just using Sculptress Pro to block out this hair, and it is tessimating as I go. That's kind of how Sculptress Pro does its thing. I like it. What's the best way to learn ZBrush? Well, I have to say buy my course. But if, seriously, you can just get ZBrush Core Mini, which is free. Go download that and just start sculpting. Just start playing with it. And there are lots of free videos on YouTube that can teach you stuff about ZBrush. But just start practicing and getting better at it. It's kind of like learning a musical instrument. Just start picking up the instrument and learning it, and then you have to start learning your scales and your chords and all that kind of stuff. So it's very similar. Monthly challenges are so helpful, along with all your tips of your course, Shane. Thank you very much. I should show some of those off during my stream. because there are some really, really good ones. If you want to be safe, to send yourself your art or some sort of proof and assume, yeah, that will date stamp it, which is a smart thing to do. It is. Yeah, you can't. Or cars. If you look at cars games, you know, games with cars in them, sometimes, like, I mean, look at Grand Theft Auto. They don't have any licensed vehicles in there. Some of them are very similar to cars that exist in the real world, but you don't see like actual cars in there, like licensed cars from real manufacturers, because that would cost them a fortune to license all those cars. But there are driving games like Gran Turismo that actually do license a lot of the vehicles. But it's funny because they'll come with caveats, like the car companies don't want their precious vehicles getting wrecked. So if you ever play Gran Turismo, you'll see and notice that the cars never get crashed up, because like Mercedes-Benz does not want to see their car all wrecked, right? Because it's bad for business. It's their license getting wrecked, right? They don't want that. So if you crash in some of those games, you don't actually get your car all damaged. And that is why. Medusa challenge. Yeah, Babu, that yours was awesome. I love it. And thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let's see. So I'm going to I'll show you guys an example of, I just did, so I do student challenges in my course. I try and do one every quarter. So I usually come up with some kind of a challenge and then get as many students that want to participate can. And I just give them you know, here's a goal and here's your time frame. And then what you get in the end is critiques from the designer and myself and that kind of stuff. So yeah, so let's see. Check this one out. So this one was Medusa. It was a Medusa redesign by Mike Matesi and gosh, I can't remember his name. It's his first name's Swendley. I'm trying to remember his last name, but I'm trying to remember. Anyway, so they did an awesome design for this character. And then you could model it. So here's another one. Check this out. So good. Just different takes on this character. It's another one. So good. Anyway, I'll just kind of skip through these really quickly. You saw that one. Here's one that looks like Disney Infinity. It's so good. Love it, love it. And there are students in here of all skill levels. Yep, and this one's the winner. This is Winston. So, really cool. Okay. Hey, Chicken Hawk, how's it going? Yeah. So there's a good example of Medusa being in the, in the public, I guess. And that's a complete redesign. So it's not like copyright infringement or anything going on right there. Yes, from Mike Matesi from Drawing Force. Thanks, Neil. And he actually has a course that you can buy of him and Swenley designing that character and everything they went through to get to that point. It's really cool. Whoops. I love doing stuff with Sculptus Pro because I can just kind of munge it around. Yeah. Swenley Benilla, thank you very much. I couldn't remember his last name. He's an amazing designer. Okay, now I just need to put in a couple pieces around the ears. Thanks, Neil. You're on the spot with the links today. I really appreciate it. Thanks. Looks like she's got headphones on. So the 3D Character Workshop has an Instagram, and I have my own Instagram, which I don't update mine at all. So if you're looking for more stuff from me, I would check my ArtStation. Just ArtStation Shane Olson. I really need to update my Instagram more. Yeah, so the 3D Character Workshop, that's just highlighting student work for the most part. Okay, this is looking off. Why is this looking off? How about that? Looks like some old dude. You want to see the Medusa challenge? They're not, it's not public right now. I will probably make the let's see. I think there's, yeah, I want to make the top ones public, I think. But right now they're not available to see publicly. Let's see, split hidden. And there we go. That's better. Looks like brain parts. Kind of, huh? Yeah, I'll merge these in and make it look like hair here in a little bit. The first model again, the one by Marcus. This one? Yep. So this also Marcus loves to do this poly paint. This is all done in poly paint, and this is his like comic booky style. So he paints all these lines and everything right into the surface of the model. Very, very illustrative and awesome. So let's see. There it is from different angles. Super cool. The render, it's just it's just hand painted poly paint. So, like for example, this. Say if she had skin color. Let's see. It's probably too orange. Like this is poly paint. And then like if I wanted to paint a shadow under her chin or something, it's like that. It's just poly paint. Like just very graphic. I can turn Sculptris Pro on this brush and get cleaner edges. This is essentially what he did. It's not a cartoon render or anything crazy like that. It's just hand painted comic book looking awesomeness. There you go. Anyway, that's how he does it. But he does it amazingly well. Yeah, rata. Yep. It's Instagram is kind of a pain that way. Since we're here, might as well fill this hair in. I'm just gonna make her have like brownish hair. I don't know. You didn't know it worked with paintbrush? It sure does, yeah. You think cartoony is better? No. At least it's easier. Yes. Better? No. Like the outcome is not going to look the same. It depends on what the look you're going for. So it's, yeah, right now it looks male, but it's going to be female shortly. But there's some things I got to do for it to turn it into female. Yeah, it's a bun. I'll be putting that on later. All right, I'm going to cheat and steal this and use it for the eyelashes. And just kind of cut. That's weird. Huh. And boom, we have eyelashes. All right. Could I put a download link in the description for what, Billy? Okay, I want these to be thicker out here. Maybe taper off like this. It's Marcus Hartel, so Haertel. You can see his other stuff too. All of his stuff is very illustrative like that, and it's not quick. You're asking for nice quick renders. Those are all painted by hand, so it's not quick. There we go. She's got these pencil thin eyebrows too. Come on, there you go. I'll probably make her eyelids darker like that. Sometimes I like to edit things like making clothing and extra extensions and helmets. Okay, let's see. I'll split this off. Okay. There we go. That's better. All right. This hair is quite dark too. Let me see. Yeah, that's good. It's kind of this. I don't like this hair on the side. It's kind of mulletish. I'm gonna end it sooner so it's not like a mud flap. I said it. There, I said it. Oh, not that. Come on, select it. keep missing the beginning of the stream, but do you usually start from scratch, or is there a base mesh you usually modify? I start on these streams, I usually start from scratch. If you ever want to watch these back, they're on YouTube, on Pixologic's YouTube channel. You can just do a search for like ZBrush Shane Olson, and you'll find him that way. And you can watch it. You can even watch it at 1.5 speed. Oh, goodness. Thanks for showing my stuff. People can have a look at my Instagram flat. Yeah, there you go. Heard word. For sure. There's Marcus right there. You're welcome. So, Marcus, now that you're here, I can ask you specifically, all of your illustrative painterly style is just poly paint, correct? Just painstakingly hand painted. I want to push this part over more. %, poly painting in ZBrush, no second software used. There you go. Very cool. Okay, I'm gonna go grab the different skin color, and then I need to make her ears better. Still looking like a dude. I gotta figure out, I think it's in the chin. Billy, I do on occasion for mostly rendering right now. Just saving this out. Okay. Now, Marcus, I don't know if you know this or not, but the ZColor app, you can go right here, click here in this swatch, and then drag your mouse off screen to a different, I just barely eyedrop this from a different, my off-screen concept. And now I can just hit set color, and it will set it over here. Now I can fill this with that skin tone. It's a little more orangey. It's more like the drawing. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't. You can just go snag the color right off of that image with this ZColor plugin. Whoa. I don't know where all my stuff went. I just lost my chat and lost my... Sorry, 1 second. I lost my stuff. There we go. All right. Yeah, it's super cool. And you can store colors too, and you can try different color swatches down here. Like here's some nice skin tones based off of this skin tone. You know, so if I wanted to redden up her ears and stuff, I could just grab this color right here. Well, I have to grab it like this. See that? Oh, that doesn't work very well. Oh, I don't know how that works. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Huh. That didn't work as expected. Not sure. Unlock? Lock. Oh, if I lock this. Okay, let's try locking it and see if I can grab it now. Yes. All right, that's how you do it. You have to lock this or else it'll change. And then I can go in here with like this airbrush. I don't want Sculptris Pro turned on with airbrush. And then just kind of warm up her nose. Let's see if I'm the right, yeah. I'm trying to figure out why this isn't working. Is it because I have it open? RGB. Oh, because I got to set the color. I didn't set the color. That would help, wouldn't it? Set it. So that's one extra step you have to do to get the color over here, is hit set. And that'll send it over there. Otherwise, you're just painting with the same color. I'm like, why isn't that working? There we go. That warms her up. Yeah, all of a sudden she's fleshy. Oh, the Saturday morning cartoon challenge. I'm going to show that one too. Oh yeah, this one. This is awesome. So you can see the illustrative style still in there, still present. All the shadows hand painted in there. Very cool, Marcus. Oh, Marcus, I haven't seen this one. Why haven't I seen this guy? Oh, that's awesome. So this is a Mitch Leaway. Oh, that's great. Maybe I have seen this one. Oh my gosh. I love this. Look at all those hand-painted shadows. So good. Yep, here's the original. Look at that truck. Good job, man. Very good job. All right. Gotta put this back up here. Hey, B-Man, how's it going? Oh, you saw it, but you never used... Are you talking about the Z color? Yeah, this is... I haven't used it until a few streams ago. It's pretty cool. How do you get people to care about OC? What do you mean, Chris? Let's see. I'll pull this hair down a little bit more. Oh, original characters? That is a absolute mystery, my friend. So here, the thing with established characters versus known characters, or sorry, original characters, even if they're original for a big company, the biggest thing is there's usually a story behind them to make people interested in them, right? Otherwise, it's just art and it's just an interesting character design. But there's no like story, there's no personality behind that character to make it what it is. That's my philosophy anyway. I don't know if I'm correct or not, but I think that's how you get people interested. Excuse me. Jeez. I'm gonna make this mouth curl a little bit more on the corners here. Yeah, Chris, we all would. We all would like to not have to do fan art. like this is an original character, but I don't know. I bet if I posted this like a nice render and everything to ArtStation, it might get some likes behind it. I don't know, since it's kind of unique, I guess, but nothing like if I were to post like a good like Hulk or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's true as well, Rada. Okay, let's see. I want to experiment with something here. Let's grab her lip color. That'll help her look female too. And I need to shrink her eyelids down. All right. Ping. She's got really bright orange lipstick. We'll see what that does. Let's see. Let's do Sculptress Pro on this. Whoops. Whoop. Here we go. Even smaller. The smallest. Still not going to get me a perfect edge, but better than it was. Is there a video on how I retopologize inside of Maya? There is inside my course, but not in public. Sorry about that. I always like to take the color down on the upper lip because it's shaded. That's some bright orange lipstick. I think I took it a little too dark. Let's just go a little dark, not that dark. That's better. And then I can also put a little bit of a bright spot here. Or maybe like this. I don't know. I'll just leave it solid for now. It's funny because she's got these pursed lips that is kind of looking disapproving. Let's change this up a little bit. Yeah, it's just difficult. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? So, and a lot of times, like even professional character designers don't get it right every time, right? So everybody has their struggles and their journeys to get the to find the character and get it looking good. Let's see here. Sharpen up those nostrils a little bit. All right, I want to give her irises. Let's give her, make them a different color though. No, maybe it's kind of hard to grab that. Maybe that color, we'll see. Okay. Did they get squished? Hold on a second. I don't know why it went from the side there. Use tubes around the eyes to act as black mascara. I don't know. I've tried so many different things in my journeys that I don't know. I could have. It wouldn't surprise me, I guess. I typically don't do that. I use Z-spheres to create things like glasses frames and stuff like that, but okay, let's fix these eyelids. Yeah. That's why I like keeping the eyelids separate. It's harder to do this when they're built in. Ducky, nice name. Thank you. What am I gonna read? I'm probably not gonna retopologize her. But maybe like Maya Quadra or something like that. I still want her lower lip larger. Something like that. Something like that. This head to neck transition is difficult. I thought it would be, but I didn't expect it to be as difficult as it is to pull off and look good. Or look like it should. Okay, let's give her some lower eyelids. Yeah, it's kind of difficult, the 2D cheat on this one. Let's add some more detail right there. Just giving her a bit of a lower eyelid. Am I using any landmarks? Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm using general proportion rules, you know? So, like how far away her mouth is from her nose and things like that. And I still need to finish out her ears. I gotta be careful. I don't want to get too close to her bottom lip because that will destroy that edge. See, I just want to fill this in a little bit more though, so it's not so deep right there. Okay, we can detail out this ear. Oops. So what happens when you don't have your head showing while you're working on your ear. And they're not so out to the side. I need to turn them in more. Oops. Come on. Dracula, hello. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. Yeah. All right. I think we're good. Do that again. I wasn't paying attention to the thicknesses on the top and bottom. Like Captain America, he's more than just, yeah, just what he looks like for sure. It's a good example. There we go. That's better. My watch is telling me to stand up. I've been sitting too long. I'm gonna turn into a mushroom. Hello from Russia. Hello, welcome. Thank you very much. All right, let's give her a bun. This will hopefully also help her look more female. That's been the struggle, is trying to get it to look more female, less male, with the thick neck and stuff. Hello from India. Hello. Yeah, I want to combine all this together. It's looking strange, so. The back of this head isn't my favorite, but looking okay from the front. Madam Chow. Kind of, doesn't it? Okay, let's see if there is a... I'm trying to remember how I can do this. Hello from Brazil. Hello. All right, let's duplicate. Just want to put it on the same. Okay, edge loop mask border. And then just due to nice name, well, a shameless plug, I have my own online course called the 3D Character Workshop. It takes you from beginner all the way to advanced. If you're, but it's not a It's not a free YouTube series. It's a paid thing. So that's something you could look into if you'd like. Let's see, I just want to I'm making a necklace, so I want to do curve frame mesh. There we go. And that will put a curve in between the two. Then, I think if I turn curve on to this, it will work. There we go. But not mirrored. Get them closer. Oh, come on. Up. Trying to remember where this split. I think it might be actually in the stroke menu. Curve step, maybe. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted them closer together. So I like that. That'll work. Except for not brown. Split hidden. Let's make him kind of a this color. Yeah, my course is for if you're serious about wanting to become a stylized character artist for reals. But if you're just a hobbyist messing around, yeah, Michael Pavlovich is the way to go. I think Pablo has some good ones. Okay, better give her kind of a blousey shirt thing before. I don't want her to be naked. I see. Yeah, it's just a matter of exploring, I guess, and then figuring out what you want to do. Oh, the female figure with a sword in the background. It's original design. Yeah, it's an original design by Johannes Helgeson, is who designed that one. And then I sculpted it. This one right here. Right there. So I also sculpted it during my live stream. So you can watch that back on Pixologic's YouTube channel if you want. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this off one more time and then just paint where her blouse is going to be. Oh, thanks, Chris. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really like how it turned out. Would being a 3D sculptor also be considered a technical artist? It can be, but no, technical artist usually means rigging. Like making a character be able to be animated. That's when you see when you see job postings for technical artists, that's usually what they're asking for. Somebody who knows how to rig characters and can write Python scripts. Okay, I'm just gonna do the old extract mesh method using this easy remesh. I think it's this one. No, not polygroup it. Trying to remember. I'm pretty sure it's that. But I think I'm going to do something else. I'm just going to put it in its own polygroup. And then, oops, get rid of the upper half. And then Z-remesh it. I'm going kind of fast, sorry. How long is the ZBrush trial? I don't know how long it is right now. If anybody can help me out. 30 days? Okay, thanks. How do you get all the pieces to be different colors in ZBrush? Whenever I click the palette, it changes every tool and you have to fill it with a color. So if you, like I give away all these brushes for free over on my website if you want to go check them out, but you could do it with any brush. But this hard paint brush, it's just for painting and it has RGB turned on, which is painting. And then you pick a color over here, and then you hit fill object. Now this is my own user interface, which I also give away for free, but if you want to find it, it's under color fill object right here. So that's how you do it. Okay, hold on a second. I'm just gonna, why didn't it, oh, because I didn't hit keep groups. When I try and go fast, I lose concentration. There we go. Let's do half it. Oh, that doesn't look very good. Weird. That's giving me some crazy stuff going on right back here. It's like just mesh it around that corner, you. I can try and coax it into doing it by moving the geometry around a little bit. But sometimes it doesn't always do the thing. Let's try it again. Oh my gosh. It's not going to do it. I made Olaf for Disney Infinity, not Olaf for the film. So there's a difference. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like this. Okay. Ah, thanks so much. How old am I? I am I'm almost 50. Yeah, I've been in the game industry for about 22 years. Thanks, Doug. Getting up there. Do I think starting at the age of 25? Absolutely. Starting at any age is just fine. I have students in my course that are like 75 plus. And it's most likely they're not looking for careers, but still, you can start in 3D anytime. It doesn't matter. Age is just a number. But as far as getting into a career of doing it, yeah, 25 is great. Do I have an art station? I do. It's just art. It's just Shane Olson, Olson. And I think I'm gonna wrap this up for now. Let's see. I think I'm gonna use maybe a lighter, slightly lighter color and fill this. There we go. So here's the concept I was trying to hit. I still need to make the side of her face fatter. I was making it too normal. And I still need to work on her hair from the side. So anyway, yep. So thank you, Josh, for the concepts. This was a fun one. Wasn't a self-portrait. I hope not. Yep, she's got hair. Is that the update? I don't know. I haven't updated it for a while, Neil. Might be. Anyway, thank you everyone for hanging out with me today. Really appreciate it. Another Monday Sculpt. So everybody have a fantastic week, and we'll catch you next Monday. Yeah, I did make a skin for Zenyatta for sure. Yeah, that's why my online course is an investment. It's no joke. It's not just like, hey, I put this together willy-nilly, you know. I wanted to share all my experience with everybody. And if you do want to see other student work, you can always check out 3D Character Workshop on Instagram. And I've been putting a lot of character work up there, so you can check it out. So anyway, thanks everybody. One more time, if you want these brushes and this user interface, I give them away on my website, 3dcharacterworkshop.com. And if you're interested in learning more about this stuff, there's also an online workshop there. So, all right, guys, take care, and thanks for hanging out. We will see you next week. All right, bye-bye.